It's time. Hello everybody and welcome back to another not so traditional holiday tradition episode of Eat at Kurt's. You all know that I think the best part of the holidays is the holiday breakfast. It's the best part of the day. You get your holiday started off right with some delicious food. You also know that I not only love Eggs Benedict, but I love variations of Eggs Benedict. And Eggs Benedict is a great dish to make for your holiday breakfast, but it's a little bit challenging if you're trying to make it for like a big group, a lot of people. Fortunately, there is a solution, and that solution is the BENEDICT. That is the shortened version of the Eggs Benedict bake, which is what we're going to make for our not so traditional holiday tradition episode today. See, this is the beautiful thing about breakfast, is that you can take regular recipes and you can mash them all up and put them in a skillet and just call it a breakfast skillet. That's what this is. BENEDICT is more fun to say, but it is a Eggs Benedict skillet. And that's basically what we're going to do today. We're going to take Eggs Benedict, we're going to mash it all up and cook it in this skillet. We're going to get some eggs, we're going to scramble them up, we're going to get some really good English muffins, and protein of our choice. In this case, I'm using thick cut, center cut bacon, but you can use ham if you prefer. First step, we are going to cook up this bacon. So any bacon will do for this. I like center cut bacon just because there's more meat on it. And I'm setting aside a slice for Hank here. But besides that, you want to cut this up into real thick chunks. We're not looking for bacon bits. We're going to kind of cook like a lardon here. Try to get these unstuck from one another. And the other thing too is when we cook this, we're not going to cook this down all the way till it's like super hard and crispy, because we are going to bake this again. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to cook this on the grill. I'll see you back here in a couple minutes. Okay, so you can see that I got this bacon cooked down. You can see that I didn't cook it down till it's like really like burned and crispy. I just got the fats rendered out and I got it to the point where it's, just considered cooked. Now you can see there's a ton of fat that rendered out of this bacon. I am going to remove most of this fat, but I want to keep this pan lubricated with the bacon fat. So I'm just gonna roll the bacon drippings around this pan here, and that looks good. Basically, if you weren't using bacon fat, you would still need to use butter or cooking spray on this pan. So instead of doing that, instead of using Pam or something, we're using bacon grease to lubricate our pan. And now the next step is to prepare our skillet. We're gonna take some English muffins, and we're just gonna shred these into little bite-sized pieces. And spread it out throughout the pan nice and evenly. Your bacon, I like to put it on top and just kind of, spread it around. And now we need to prepare our eggs. So this is going to be 8 eggs, 2 cups whole milk, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder. Whisk up and combine. And what you should have is the basis for like the best scrambled eggs of your life. And you're just going to pour this over your entire skillet. And I'm just going to take my whisk here and I'm just going to punch everything down just a little bit to try to get this as even on the top, evenly distributed on the top as possible. At this time, we are going to stick this in the fridge for an hour up to overnight. So you can prep this the night before and pop it out of the fridge and just bake it the next morning too. 1 hour in the fridge. All right, so we got about another 15 minutes in the fridge. We're going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Oven is done preheating. Into the oven she goes at 375 degrees for 1 hour. Checking on it periodically. You want the eggs to be cooked all the way through, and you want the English muffin bread to be nice and golden brown and toasty on top. If it starts to get a little bit too toasty, You can always cover with your lid or whatever tin foil to prevent it from browning too much. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes left to cook in the oven. I checked on it a minute ago and I did cover. I'm gonna be baking and covering for the last 10 minutes here. Towards the end of the cook or after it comes out of the oven, you need to start prepping your hollandaise sauce, and that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so I have no idea if I can make hollandaise sauce in a food processor because I don't have that little blender anymore. Check out the link in the description for the exact measurements and all the details for this recipe. Start by melting butter in a microwavable safe dish or, melt it on the stovetop, whatever. Like I said before, let's stop making hollandaise sauce such a big deal. Hollandaise sauce is another one of those things that I feel like people think is really hard to make, and it is not hard to make at all. So we've got our egg yolks. You're just gonna take a little dripsy drip of your hot sauce of choice. Just a few little pats on the rear end of a cayenne pepper dispenser. And just a little TLC dolloping of Dijon mustard. All right, we've got our melted butter. Let's see if this works. So you're gonna slowly and incrementally add melted butter and blend. And so far so good. Yeah. Our main event is ready to come out of the oven right as we have our hollandaise sauce ready. Here's what our BENEDICT skillet looks like out of the oven. You can see that we have our eggs baked all the way through, our bacon, and the top is nice and golden brown and crispy. This is gonna rest for like a minute, and we're gonna add the hollandaise sauce and we're gonna serve. And so once you're done, once you're ready to go, you're gonna pour on your hollandaise sauce. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the eggs BENEDICT skillets that dreams are made of. All right, and so to serve this, just gonna grab a spoonful, go right out. Our BENEDICT plates are ready to be taste tested. Make sure you get like a little bacon, English muffin, egg, and hollandaise in each bite. You get all the flavors that you get from Eggs Benedict all combined into one thing here. It's awesome. Eggs Benedict skillet, the next not so traditional holiday tradition that you should adopt. Happy holidays, thank you, and please come again.